Good morning. Today we discuss about with a new topic. The name is that fiscal policy. So first of all, start with the introduction. Fiscal policy is a part of macroeconomics. Because of fiscal policy and the monetary policy is basically two tools of money. So that one is the fiscal policy is a part of macroeconomics. This is also known as budgetary policy. One major function of the government is to stabilize the economy also. So basically, current Indian government wants to achieve the fiscal deficit target by not a reduction in expenditure but increasing the tax collection in that time when the money supply increasing in the market level. On the other hand, many economists suggestion on that point, first of all, Keynesian economists, when the government changes the level of taxation and government spending on it, it influences the aggregate demand and level of the economic activity also. So first of the one major function of the government is to stabilize the economy. Stabilize can be achieved in the part of the manipulating the policy budget, government spending and tax collection to increase the output and employment or to reduce the inflation on that period. So after all, after this introduction, we discuss with the meaning of the fiscal policy. What is the meaning of the fiscal policy? The word of fiscal policy derived with mainly the word fiscal means is state treasury and the fiscal policy refer to the policy concerning the use of state treasury or the government finance to achieve the macroeconomics goals. Fiscal policy involves the decision that a government makes regarding the collection of revenue on that period when the market with the money supply higher rate and the market when the money supply in decreasing rate through the taxation and about spending the revenue. It is the sister strategy to monetary policy through the which central bank influence the nation's money supply. So after this, so fiscal policy is that when the fiscal policy and the monetary policy are the basically two tools of the money supply. First one is basically depend on with the two conditions. First condition is that too much money supply in the market and after that rise the problem of inflation and the rise the government of with the price level. So after this center control the money power in the market. On the other hand, second condition is that when the money supply in the market is very low and the rise the problem of deflation. So after that, central bank announced the price of the every product is very low. Also, demand of the product decrease according to the deflation period and decline the production and manufacturing. So after this, demand of the every product is slow down on that period. Rise the problem of unemployment and the price of every product also slow down. So after this, central bank use the tool of increasing the level of money supply and other hand decrease in the deflation period, the level of money supply in inflation period of the money in the level highly with them in the market. Basically, two conditions apply on that period. First of all is that inflation period and deflation period. Inflation period on that period money supply is in the market is with higher rate and deflation period money supply in on that time is lower rate. So after this, on the other hand, central bank announced to the market they decide to the rise the interest rate on the FD bank depositing. Then people decide to withdraw the money on the market and deposit into bank with a higher rate of interest. After this condition, control the money supply in the market. So second thing is that when the money supply slow down in the market and the central bank decide to decrease the level of interest in the market, people withdraw the money into bank and then invest into the market. Then the rise of the money supply into the market in the deflation situation also. On that time, higher the rate of employment, higher the rate of production, standard living is also increasing. On that time, manufacturing employment also increasing, demand and supply rising on that period of time. Rise the level of employment, that is called the monetary policy also, because of these two policies related with the money. So after this, according to others, with the meaning of the fiscal policy. Fiscal policy refer to use of the government spending and tax policy to influence the economic conditions, economic activities, especially macroeconomic conditions, including aggregate demand of goods and services, employment, inflation, and economic growth also depend upon the that period. Fiscal policy refer to use of government spending and tax policies to influence the economic condition. On this policy is largely based on the ideas from Keynesian, who argue the government to stabilize the business cycle and regulate the economic output. Business cycle mainly depend upon the boom period, the depression period, recession period, or recovery period. Also. During the recession period, the government may employ exponential fiscal policy by the lowering tax levels to increase the aggregate demand and the fuel economic growth. In the face of the inflation time period, expansionary system, a government may pursue the contractionary fiscal policy. This is the types of the fiscal policy. Fiscal policy is the mean by which the government adjusts its spending level and tax efforts to monitor and influence the nation's economic activities. Using a mix of the monetary and fiscal policy, government can control the economic phenomena. On the other hand, fiscal policy basically measure employed by government to stabilize the economy, specifically manipulate the level of taxes, government expenditure, right? So after this, fiscal measure frequently used in the terms of monetary policy to achieve the certain goals. So usually goals of the both physical and monetary policy are to achieve to maintain the full employment level in the economy, maintain a higher rate of economic growth, and stabilize the price and wages. Basically, government economic policy, the development of tool with which is achieved the product in the last 20th century also. The tax and expenditure fiscal policy has for its field of the action matters that are within government intermediate control. So this is the meaning of the fiscal policy. So next is the objective of the fiscal policy. So further this, what is the objective of the fiscal policy? So after this, fiscal policy basically defined with the many objectives. First of all, we discuss with who makes the fiscal policy in the country. On the other hand, Congress and the President make fiscal policy through with the federal budget. The federal budget with Federal Reserve, that is another government agency, does not make fiscal policy. We will discuss in Federal Reserve in next class also. What is the federal budget? Firstly, we discuss with federal. Federal budget is a written document that indicates the amount of the money the government expected to receive for a certain year and authorize the amount of the money government can spend that year also. Fiscal year is that year when a 12-month period. It is a 12-month period, not necessarily from Jan to December. So, second one is that fiscal policy and the economy. The total level of the government spending can be changed, how to increase or decrease the level of economy. First one is expansionary policy and second is contractionary policy. These are the two types of the fiscal policy. First of all, we discuss with main objective of the fiscal policy. Development by effective mobilization of resources. On the other hand, optimum allocations of the resources. In this, physical measures like taxation, public expenditure program can greatly affect the allocation of the resources in various occupations and the sectors. On that time, national income and per capita income of the underdeveloped country is very low. In the other hand, economy with this, the government can push the growth of the social infrastructure through the physical measures. Public expenditure, subsidy, incentives can favorably influence the allocation of the resources on that time period. Taxes and tax concession may also have to load or attraction resources to favor to the interest, which provides some requirement to the finance like direct fiscal control, increasing the rate of existing taxes, introduction of a new taxes also, public borrowing with the non-inflationary nature, and deficit financing also. Second thing is that reduction the inequality of income and wealth. Basically, reduction in inequality of income and wealth, it's a needless of the emphasis the significance of the redistribution of the income and wealth in the growing economy. Inequality in the wealth persists in some countries is the earliest stage of the growth. It concentrates with a few hands. It also because private ownership basically dominate the entire structure of the economy. Besides, inequality create political and social discontentments which further generate economic instability. For this, suitable physical policy of the government can be desired to bridge the gap between the income and the different section of the society. In this time period, with the reduction of the inequality, government should invest in those productive channels which ensure the benefit to low income group and also helpful in rising their productivity and technology on that period of time. These distribution expenditure should help to improving the economic growth, and the economic development should help the redistribution. Similarly, luxurious items which are consumed by the higher section may be subject to heavy taxation. The next objective is that price stability and control of the inflation. The main objective of the fiscal policy is that to control the inflation period on the market. Price stability, control the price level of the country so that when the inflation is too high, price can be regulated. There is a general agreement that economic growth and stability are the joint objective of the underdeveloped countries. In the developing country, economic stability manifests from the inflation. Inflationary period on that time, pressure are inherent in the process of investment, but the way to stop them, but not to stop investment. Therefore, in the developing economic, inflationary is a permanent phenomena where the tendency to rise the price due to the expanding trend to public expenditure. As the result, rise the income, aggregate demand exceed aggregate supply also. Capital goods and consumer goods fail to keep pace with the rising incomes. Inflation period, that period when the money supply is higher. On that period, taxation, when the government control on the money supply in the market, then levied on the taxes on that time and reduce the expenditure. So after this, in short, fiscal policy should try to remove the bottleneck and structure with the causes of imbalance in various sectors of the economy. It should strengthen physical control, the essential commodity, granting of the concessions, subsidy protection of the economy. In short, fiscal policy with measure as well as monetary measure go side by side to achieve the objective of the economic growth and stability also. So next objective is that employment generation. Main objective of the fiscal policy is to generate the employment in the market situation, in the economy. The main aim is the achieving the full employment on that time period when the market losses on many high conditions of the money supply. Full employment, the first and foremost objective of the fiscal policy in the developing economy to achieve the maintain the full employment on an economy. In such countries, even full employment is not to be achieved. The main purpose to avoid the unemployment and achieve the state near full employment. Therefore, reduce the unemployment and underemployment. The state should spend sufficiently on social and economic overhead also. In this way, public expenditure and public sector investment have special mainly role to play in the modern state. So after this, beside public investment, private investment can also be encouraged through tax holiday, concession, cheap loan and subsidy. In the rural areas, mainly two main objective of the fiscal policy to generate the employment in the rural areas, to that is can made to encourage the domestic industry by providing them to training, cheap finance, equipment, market facilities. Expenditure on all these measures will help in indicating unemployment and the underemployment. Next one is reducing the deficit in the balance of payment. Basically, reduce the deficit problem with the help of in the balance of payment. Capital assume the central place in the development activity in the country, and fiscal policy can be adopted as a crucial tool for the promotion of higher possible rate of the capital formation. With the developing economy, with the by vicious circle of the poverty. Therefore, balancing growth is needed to break down the vicious circle, which is the only feasible the higher rate of capital formation. When a country comes out to clutch the backward, is stimulate the investment encourage the capital formation. It helps to the main aim of this is rising the ratio of saving and also income by controlling with the consumptions, rising the rate of investment, encourage the flow of spending of productive waste. After this, it helps to encourage the investment, encourage with increasing the national income. Fiscal policy that main aim as the rate of investment in the public as well as in private sector of the economy. Fiscal policy in the first instance should encourage the investment in the public sector, which in turn effectively increase the volume of investment in private sectors. In other ways, fiscal policy should aim to the rapid economic development, must encourage the investment in those channels which are the considered most desirable from point of view of the society. According to this, economically will be help providing the size of the market, reducing the cost of production on that period of time, increasing the social marginal productivity of investment. So next one is developing of the infrastructure. Main objective of the fiscal policy is to developing helpful in develop with the infrastructure, economic stability, to promote economic stability in the face of short-run international cycle fluctuation also. This fluctuation causes various in terms of trade, making it more favorable to the developed and favorable of developing. That means therefore fiscal policy play a leading role in maintaining the economic stability in face to internal and external forces also. So after this, the instability causes of the external forces is corrected by a policy popularly known as tariff policy also. Rather than aggregated fiscal policy in the period of boom period, export and import duties should be imposed to minimize the impact of the international cycle fluctuation also. It also helpful to into the economic growth. This is the another objective of the fiscal policy is helps to mainly economic growth. Fiscal policy is a developing economically policy should main aim at achieving the economic growth. But a high rate of economic growth cannot be achieved with maintained without stability in the economy. Therefore, fiscal policies such as the taxation, public borrowing, deficit financing, etc. should be used properly so that production, consuming, distribution may be adversely affected on that time. It should be promote the economy as a whole, which is strong have to raise the national income and per capita income. In this, every country needs to grade the public finance in the pursuit of the twin aim of the stability growth. So, the steady rate of the expansion which tends to reduce the such fluctuation may occur. Successfully full employment policy will provide an atmosphere which continental of the growth. So after this, with this objective, now we discuss with types of the fiscal policy. First one is discretionary fiscal policy, compensatory fiscal policy, automatic stabilization fiscal policy, and functional fiscal policy. With the discretionary fiscal policy, mainly subdivided part with the contractionary fiscal policy and exceptionally fiscal policy. First of all, we discussed with the first type of discretionary fiscal policy. That policy, the government made deliberate change in the level and pattern of the taxation, size and pattern of expenditure. And the size and compensation of public debt policy can either be constructionary as well as or expansionary. Mainly discretionary fiscal policy divided with the two parts, constructionary fiscal policy and expansionary fiscal policy. First of all, we discuss with constructionary fiscal policy. That policy, when the government reduce the expenditure on that time and increase the tax rate when the money supply in the market is higher. So that is called constructionary fiscal policy applicable on that period of time. This happened during the inflation period in order to control the supply of money. So on that period of time, constructionary fiscal policy so that with the help of another money supply and with the expenditure on the inflation period when the money supply is higher. Expansionary policy during the construction or recession, the government can do two things also: decreases taxes and increasing spending. On the other hand, constructionary fiscal policy is that during the period of excessive inflation, during a period of expansions, the government can do two things on that time. First is increase the taxes and also decrease the spending. First of all, when the increasing the taxes, basically people have less money to spend on that time. Less money also depend on the less demand. Less demand also the lower the inflation rate also. On the other hand, if we decreasing the spending on the constructionary fiscal policy, so less than the money in the economy, less money, less demand, and the lower inflations. So after this constructionary period, we discuss with expansionary fiscal policy. The fiscal policy is the expansionary in the nature when the government increase the expenditure and decrease the tax rate also. On that period of time, this policy is followed during the period of the deflation. During the construction and recession period, so government can to do the two things on that period: decreasing the tax rate also and the increasing the spending. Increasing the spending period with decreasing the taxes. For after all, give money, more money, spending on that time of period, more money, more demand, more productions. More production, basically more jobs, more employments, or more demanded, more wages. On the other hand, second thing is that when the government increase the spending, increase demand of goods, more demand depend upon the more production depend upon the more employments in the countries, more jobs, more employment, basically more demand. So after this, now second type is compensating fiscal policy. The compensating fiscal policy is a variable actions. On that time, government taken action on that time to compensate for deficitary supply on excessive of the aggregate demand. In this process, government increased the tax rate and decreased the government expenditure on that period of time. This policy will lower with aggregate demand and on that time inflation period. So after this inflation period will be deduct with this help of compensating fiscal policy. Automatic stabilization fiscal policy is that policy means fiscal system with built-in flexibility of tax revenue and expenditures. So fourth type is functional fiscal policy. The concept of functional finance is much used to develop capitalist countries like according to learner, fiscal policy should aim to use to bring stabilization in the economy. First of all, fiscal policy mainly should be the contra-cycle in the nature. It means policy of deficit budget when the expenditure is higher than revenue, is adopting during the depression period, policy of the surplus budget when the revenue is higher than the expenditure also. It is adopted during inflation rate. So after this, we discuss with after a new point is so after the what are the impact of fiscal policy on economy. First one, impact of the fiscal policy in the economy. First of all, is increasing in the saving. The policy is the main aim is that to increasing the saving in the economy with the help of money supply. Policy is also used to increasing the saving rate in the country. With the developing country, rich class spend a lot of the money into luxurious goods. Higher class to spend the more money on the higher level of projects. The government can impose the tax on them, can provide the basic necessity of life, and the poor classes on low rate. In this way, providing the incentive savings can be increased the saving in the country. So second thing is that encourage the investment in the countries. So basically, like investment by providing various incentive like tax holiday on the various sector of the economy, with helps to encourage the investment on that period of time, so the resources of the country can be utilized to maximum. Now next one is equal distribution of income and wealth. Fiscal policy helps to mainly impact on the economy is that very useful to equal distribution of income and wealth. When the wealth is equally distributed among the various classes, then purchasing power is also higher and the high level of employment and production on that period of time. With the help of this, economy level is also high. Control inflation rate with the help of fiscal policy. Main impact of the fiscal policy on the economy is that to control the inflation rate in that time. Fiscal policy is a very useful weapon to controlling the rate of inflation. When the expenditure on non-productivity products reduced or the rate of tax is increased, because this is the conditions of inflation period when the money supply is higher in the market, purchasing power of the people reduce. Stabilization of price level. Fiscal policy is also used to achieve the desirable level of price in the country. It means cost and price should be such level production and employment may be increased to attain the maximum welfare of the people. Fiscal policy mainly impact of the economy is that to maximum welfare for the peoples. Welfare of the peoples to quality life must be improved the country. Increase the consumption rate, investment rate and saving rate in the economic conditions without increasing their investment. Fiscal policy also used to increasing with consumption with a higher rate of saving will be low and consequently rate of investment will be low. A country cannot improve its economic condition without increasing their investment. Achieving the economic stability in a country. The main aim of the fiscal policy is increasing the rate of production and employment without inflation. So that entire country fiscal policy major objective is to ensure the economic stability on that time when the country is growing. So after this, what is the problem of fiscal policy? So after this, mainly what is the problem rises in the fiscal policy. So first of all, we discuss it. Who does fiscal policy affect? Unfortunately, the effect of any fiscal policy are not same for everyone, depending on the political orientation and goal of the policymaker. A tax of food effect on the middle classes, which typically largest economic group in time of the economic decline. Rising taxation, it is time group that may have to pay more taxes than the upper class. Similarly, when a government decides to adjust its spending, so policy may affect only specific group of people. It decides to build a new bridge, for example, will give work and more income to hundred of the construction workers. A decision to spend money on the building of a new space shuttle, other hand, benefit only a small specialization to pool of experts. So after this, mainly, how does the fiscal policy affected people? The effect of any fiscal policy is not often the same for everyone. Should the government be getting involved with the economy? On the biggest obstacle facing the policymaker is to deciding how much direct involvement the government should have in economy and individuals' economic lives. So after all, there have been various degree of interfaces by the government over the history of United States, but the most part it is accepted that a certain degree of government involved in necessary to certain vibrant economy on which the economic well-being of the population depends also. So now, next one is problem of fiscal policy. First of all, problem of the fiscal policy is problem of timing. Recognition lag elapsed time between the beginning of recession or inflation and awareness of occurrence. Administrative lag is difficulty to changing the policy and problem with a higher recognition. Operation lag is the time elapsed between change the policy impact on the economy. Second is political considerations. Government has other goal to decide economic stability, and these may conflict with stabilization policy because political business circles may destabilize the economy. Election year have been characterized by more expansionary policy. Now, third point is crowding out. Crowding out affect many causes by fiscal policy may occur when the government deficit spending. It may increase on interest rate and reduce the spending, which weakness and cancel the stimulus fiscal policy also. And the fourth point is fiscal policy is an open economy. A fiscal policy with an open economy. So helpful is this to mainly rise the problem with this shock or changes from abroad will cause changes in net export, which can shift aggregate demand left to right works. So after this, the mainly these examples or more problems raises in the fiscal policy also. Fiscal policy is an open economy which rise the mainly many problems to create the inflation period when the money supply is high. So this is the topic of fiscal policy. Thank you.